Hi everyone, welcome back to AtOnePilates recordings. Today we are going to start with some arm work using the resistance band if you have one. If you don't have a resistance band, then obviously weights would work, or improvised weights, or you can do the exercise without anything in your arms. You just need to sort of imagine you've got something resisting you as you work. Okay, we'll then move on to some leg work and then down onto the mat for some more general sort of core work, other bits of leg work, etc. So we will start in a standing position, do a few exercises in the standing position, and then we'll move down onto the mat. So I'll adjust the screen at that point. So when you're ready, if you've got a band, grab it, or some weights, and we'll start in our 1 foot forward, 1 foot back sort of stance. You know this one well from class. So all toes need to point forward. The weight is on the front leg, the back leg is straight, and the back heel pushes down into the floor. You get a nice diagonal line from the top of your head down to your back heel, so your weight is over that front leg, nice straight line down the back. Grabbing the band around about your knees, so you've got a little bit of tension in it. We need to turn the palms forward to start, elbows tucked tightly into your waist. And we'll take it into a bicep curl. So looking in the same direction with your head as your back is aligned, you will slowly curl up your forearm, hands towards your shoulder, and then slowly lower back down again. So we're curling up and slowly back down. Make sure your core is engaged. Curl up and down and up and down. Lovely. A few more of these. Keep that back heel pushed into the floor. Get the nice posture, core engaged throughout. If you don't feel you're working hard enough through the arms, you can hold the band a little further down, get more resistance, or increase the weight if you've got weights in your hands. Keep those elbows tucked into your waist. And just breathe naturally. Give me a couple more of these. Super. Let's change position on the floor. So the other foot comes into the band this time. What was your front leg goes behind, nice and straight again. Push the heel towards the floor. Get the weight forward over the front leg. And again, take the band around about knee height. Take it out to the side this time, keeping the arms straight and palms facing backwards. Again, align your head with the rest of the spine, and then push back through those straight arms as far as you can. Hold the furthest point you can get to, and then slowly return to the start position. So you're pushing back, palms go back, arms stay straight, and slowly return. So now we're working the back of the arms, the triceps. Do a few more of these. Try and keep your shoulders down, even though you're pushing back with those arms. Lovely, just a few more. And your last two. Excellent. Well done. Okay, you can lose the band at this point. Just pop that away. And we'll take it into some leg work. We're going to start with a basic lunge, okay? Just 4 basic lunges. Starting with, ideally with your right leg, so we're all on the same leg. So coming to the end of your mat, nice and tall through the posture. Take a big lunge forward, your back knee drops towards the floor, you keep your upper body upright, so you've got a right angle at the front and the back knee. Push up through that front leg, push back, and then go with the other leg. Big lunge forward, dip the back knee down, keep the upper body upright, come up, push back. Just once more to each leg. Forward, dip, up and back, and the other leg. Forward, dip, up and back. Super. Go forward with your right leg again and dip the knee all the way to the floor. And then we're going to go up and down. This is where we use our arms coming up the side of the body. Just reach for the ceiling as you come up and then come back down and dip the knee back to the floor. So go all the way up, reaching as high as you can with your arms and bring the arms down as you come down. Just a few of these. Lovely. Try not to lean forward with the body as you come up. You keep your body upright. Last couple of these on this leg. I'm going to finish on the floor with the knee on the floor. And at that point, float your arms out to the side. You'll twist towards the front leg, okay? So our right leg should be forward. So we'll twist to the right. Come back through to the center. Now lean to the right, dipping your right arm towards the floor, raising your left arm above your head. Come back up. Twist to the right again. Back to the center and lean. Core engaged. 2 more of these. Twist. And lean. Twist. And lean. Super. Bring it back through to the center. Use those arms again to help get you up. Reach for the ceiling, lower the arms and push back through the front leg. Well done. Just need to do that on the other leg now. So taking the left leg forward, presuming you did do the right leg the first time. Take the left leg forward, dip that back knee to the floor, and we're going up with the arms. Lower yourself back down. Come up and down. Keep going, up and down, up and down. Couple more. Lovely, and remember we finish on the floor with this back knee and then float the arms out to the side. Twist to the left this time, assuming your left knee's forward, and then lean to the left. Top arm goes over the head. Go left again. And lean. Couple more on this side. Twist. And lean. And twist. And lean. Lovely. Let's take ourselves back upright, push forward on that front leg, bring yourself back to standing. Well done. Okay, we are now going to roll down, walk out onto the mat into a full plank position. We're going to hold it for a little while, so if you don't like the full plank position, just drop to the knees at that point, okay? I'll talk you through it when we get there. Nice and tall, engage core muscles, drop your chin and roll. So remember, it's about getting each segment of the spine moving through this roll down. Keep your legs straight, come as low as you can with your upper body. Touch the floor if you can, or just dangle the arms in front of you. Relax your head, neck and shoulders. Then you can walk out onto the mat. And this is where we'll go into our full plank position. Lower your bottom down in line with your spine. Push your shoulder blades down your back. Keep your head in alignment with the rest of the spine. If that is too difficult, you don't like holding that position, try not to just hang off your shoulders. You want your elbows slightly softened as you push your shoulders down your back. If that's too much, just drop to the knees, but keep your hips forward. Don't let your hips come back into the all fours position. You want your shoulders above your hands. Keep your weight through the arms. Either version, keep holding as long as you can, or until I say stop. Remember, you can take a break when you want. You shouldn't be feeling anything in the lower back. It's all about engaging those core muscles nice and tight, keeping that back nice and solid. We'll just do it a little bit longer. I haven't done one of these for a while, so take a break if you need it, or change the position. Lovely. So we'll just finish off 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Going up into a dog down. Push your bottom towards the ceiling, stick your tailbone out, keep your legs and arms straight, and then you can walk your hands towards your feet. And starting with a nice relaxed upper body. When you're ready, lengthen through the legs, lift the pelvis and slowly restack bone by bone, coming up through the spine to a nice tall posture. Excellent. Okay, so we are now going to do a final roll down to come out onto the mat proper. So this time we're on our tummies and either going to go into a swan dive or a skydive setup position. But I'll talk you through that when we get there. So when you're ready, nice and tall, engage core muscles, drop your chin and slowly start to roll down for the last time. So remember, keep it nice and slow. I'm going to change the position of my camera while you go down. Nice and slow. Smooth each segment of the spine. And then when you've got to the lowest point, relax the upper body. And finally walk out onto the mat and lower yourself all the way down onto your tummy. So this is the option. Swan dive, arms straight out from your shoulders, right angle at the elbows. Relax the lower limbs, toes towards each other. Relax your legs and your buttocks. Now hovering your nose above the mat, you can take it into some basic swan dive moves, lifting your head, neck and shoulders off the mat, pushing your shoulder blades down your back, core nice and tight, and floating it all back down. So that's your basic swan dive. Make sure you engage core muscles each time before you raise your head, neck and shoulders and lengthen through the top of the head when you get to that point. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little more, we have the skydive option, which is to bring the arms down and slightly out to the side. We'll also take the legs straight. We're going to use the legs as well, and they can go slightly out to the side as well. And this time, again, core muscles nice and tightly engaged. Don't do this if you have any lower back issues. Stick with the basic swan dive. But if you like to try something a little harder in this position, core muscles engaged. When you next breathe out, you float head, neck and shoulders and arms and legs off the mat. A quarter turn of the hands so the palms come forward and the thumbs go towards the ceiling. And you're skydiving towards the floor. Hold that for a few seconds and then slowly lower everything back down. Take a nice deep breath in, and on your next out breath again, float head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Hands and arms come off as well. Quarter turn of the hands. Reach away through your fingertips as you lift your arms. And then slowly back down. So again, a few of these, or the swan dive if you prefer. Core engaged each time. If you're feeling anything in the lower back, then just go back to the basic swan dive. Or you can take a break. Whichever version you're doing, just give me one or two more. When you finish your last one, just pop one hand on top of the other, rest your forehead on your hands, have a little break. So relaxing the upper body this time, we'll just curl our toes underneath and then lift your knees off the mat, push out through the heels, keep those legs nice and straight, don't lift your pelvis, and get that stretch down the back of your legs into your hamstrings. Hold it for a few seconds, keep the upper body relaxed. And then relax it down, give it one more go. Lengthen through the heels, lifting the knees, upper body relaxed. Giving a nice stretch down your hamstrings. Lovely. Now, from there, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders this time with forearms in front of you and relaxed. We're getting a little bit of back extension, and we're going to add to that by doing a little leg flick. You've done this before in class. Again, keep your head in alignment with your back extension. So if you've got a pronounced back extension, you'll be looking quite high. If you've not got such a pronounced back extension, you'll be looking a little lower. So take the neck alignment with the spine, okay? Now, if you want to give the dynamic stretch a go, it's for your quads, for the front of your thighs, and this is the point, flex, point, lower. Alternating the legs. Okay, so point, flex, point, lower, point, flex, point, lower. The key to that is to keep that upper body lifted as you work. So focusing on both ends of the body at the same time, trying not to lose the nice lift out of the shoulders. You're pushing down through your elbows to get those shoulders nice and relaxed, your head nicely extended. If you find that flick motion just too much, you can just do a straightforward point on each one and then perhaps a flex on each one, if you find that easier. If you don't like the dynamic version at all, or the back extension doesn't work for you, you can just come back down onto the floor, pop your forehead on your hand, and do that static quad stretch by holding your ankle and just pushing your pubic bone into the mat, okay? So that's a static quad stretch if you don't like the flick of the more dynamic version. If you can manage the other one, it's a nice way to get that back extension in as well as stretching through the front of your thigh. Whichever version you're doing, make sure you've done both legs evenly. And we'll just finish off. Lovely. Excellent, well done. And then bring ourselves into a cat stretch. So coming up onto the all fours position, just arch your back towards the ceiling, drop your head down, tuck your tailbone under, relax your shoulders so that your shoulder blades drop out from side to side, and enjoy that stretch right down the length of the spine. Well done. Excellent. Let's move on to our side. So we're going to start on our elbow again. Elbow directly below shoulder. Remember that eases any pressure or tension through the shoulder joint. Forearm relaxed, knees bent, but not too up around your middle. You want them extended a little down the mat. So when you're ready, we are going to do a lift and a hold, hips coming towards the ceiling, and then we'll do a tap forward and a rotation a few times. If you find at any point, just there's pressure through the arms too much, you want to drop the hips, just drop the hips back to the floor and carry on with the moves that we're doing, okay? So, core engaged. When you're ready, on your out breath, lift the hips, reach for the ceiling, and just hold that position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Lean forward, tap the floor as far ahead of you as you can. And back to the ceiling. Then rotate. Look behind as your arm goes behind. Super. Lean forward, tap. And rotate. Core engaged. If you need to put your hips down, do. Forward, tap. And rotate. And again, forward, tap. and rotate. Last one when you're ready. Forward, tap, and rotate. And then hold it at the top again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Lower your hips to the floor, coming to your zigzag sit. And let's start by stretching that deltoid by pulling the arm you are lying on straight across you, pulling that upper arm into your chest with the other hand. Okay, stretching off through that shoulder that we were lying on. Well done. Super. So from here, we are going to keep the zigzag sit and turn towards the side that you were lying down, positioning both hands either side of your mat. Okay, so they're towards the edge of your mat, and you have twisted through the body to pop the hands down on the floor. Make sure you've gone the right way. You're going towards the front leg, okay? And we are going to do our side push-up, where you bend your elbows, lower your body weight down towards the floor, and then push back up through those arms, get them straight again. But you have the option of doing the back leg extension. Now, if you don't like that, just leave the back leg on the floor, but if you like the back leg extension as well, as you lower the body weight, you lift the back leg, take it nice and straight, slightly behind the line of the body, so you get that stretch into your hip flexor, and then as you come up, you can bend it back down. So just a few of these. Lift as you lower the body weight, or just keep that back leg on the floor. Keep going with a few of these. So we're using our arms to lift our body off the mat each time. A few more. Just 2 more if you can. Excellent, well done. Okay, this time we will lie on that underarm, so you're still on the same side that you've been working on earlier. Again, knees can be bent. And we'll take it into a clam, okay? So we'll do a deconstructed clam today. Keep top hand on your top hip. Take the whole of the top leg off the bottom leg. And this is where we dip the knee down on the floor in front of your bottom leg as you raise the foot of the top leg. And then you arc the leg over and dip the toe down behind as you raise the knee. So try not to move your pelvis around so your hip doesn't move. But you're taking as big a range of movement as you can manage through that top leg, dipping the knee in front, dipping the toe behind. Knee in front, toe behind. Lovely. Try and keep your upper body relaxed, core engaged. Super. Finish the one you're doing, just give me a couple more. Excellent, well done. Relax your leg down, and we just need to do all that on the other side. So swing your legs to the other end of the mat. And we'll start again on that elbow set up position. Elbow directly below shoulder, legs bent but not too high up towards your middle, down the length of the mat. Forearm relaxed. Remember, don't clench your fist on the forearm. That will just increase your blood pressure. So try and keep that forearm nice and relaxed. Lift out of your shoulder. Even if you're going to drop your hips at some point, try not to sink into that shoulder, because again, that will just cause more tension through it. So nice posture, whether you're lifting the hips or not. And when you're ready, we'll reach and we'll lift the hips, reach for the ceiling, hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lean forward and tap the floor in front of you, straight in front. Lean, reach for the ceiling and then rotate. Look towards the hand that goes behind. Keep going with that. Lean forward and tap. And rotate. A few more. Lean and tap. Go as far forward as you can without losing stability. Lovely. Couple more if you can. Excellent. If you can manage it, hold it again at the top. At 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Lower the hips into your zigzag sit and start by stretching the deltoid, pulling the straight arm across you that you've been leaning on. Pulling that into your chest to get that stretch into the shoulder joint. Lovely. So let's go the other way this time for our push-ups. So again, take both hands, twist towards the side that you were leaning on. Pop both hands on the mat. And again, when you're ready, you can lift the back leg if you like, or leave it on the floor. Do some side push-ups. So lower your body weight down. If you're lifting the back leg, lift it, extend it as high as you can behind you. And then bend it back as you push up through the arms. Keep going with a few of those. Keep the core engaged. Take a break if you need it. Lovely, just a few more. Last two. Excellent, well done. Let's go down onto the mat proper. So head on your underarm, knees still bent, and we'll take it into that deconstructed clam. So hand on your top hip to stop that pelvis moving around. Bring the top leg parallel to that hip, so you're nice and not too high with that top leg. And then we're dipping the knee in front, lifting the foot, arcing the knee over the bottom leg as you dip the toe behind and lift the knee. Okay, so it's as big an arc as you can manage it within your hips range of movement, from front to back. Keep going with a few of those, keep the core engaged. Try not to let the pelvis wobble around too much. Finish the one you're doing, just give me two more. Excellent, well done. Relax that leg down. Super. So we're now just going to go onto our backs in a nice, comfortable setup position. So feet and knees hip distance apart, roll yourself down onto the mat, and we'll begin with arms down by our sides, head in alignment with the spine. Don't forget, if you need to get that chin tucked in a little, if you can't do that without a cushion, just pop a little cushion under your head, okay? It's important to have that chin nicely tucked so that your nose is the highest point on your face, not your chin. Relaxing your fingertips down towards your feet. and engaging core muscles nice and tight to keep your neutral spine. Now we are going to go into the 100. We don't do this very often, but we haven't done it, certainly haven't done it for a while, so we'll give the 100 a blast. Remember, you can relax down at any point. The aim of the move, I'll show you the full move to start. You can do it with your feet on the floor, core engaged, and you'll basically lift the upper body off the mat, and then we're going to flap our arms. If that becomes too much, just feel free to lower your body back onto the mat and carry on with the arm moves. But equally, if you want to work a little harder, you can do that with the raised leg position. So we would float one leg into a tabletop position. We'll take the second leg up to join it, and they will stay there throughout. And we will float our head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, pushing the small of the back into the mat, and just pumping our arms for 100. I will count, you will breathe. I'll also breathe, hopefully. But we will stay there up to 100. If you need a break, just take it down and have a rest until we finish, okay? So when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Don't forget to breathe naturally throughout. When you're ready, float head, neck, and shoulders off the mat and your arms. And we begin to pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Bring your knees into your chest for a quick back stretch. Well done. Excellent. Just rock your back around a little on the mat, a few circles in one direction, and then a few in the other. We'll then take that into some hip circles actually, so keeping your feet together, put one hand on each knee and do some circling around with the knees. So one knee going in one direction, one going in the other direction, and circling it all the way around, but keeping those feet together so you're getting your range of movement through your hip joints. Once you've done a few in one direction, you can reverse the direction of the knees. So again, they each go in opposite direction, but they are circling in a figure of 8 motion, if you like, above your body. Lovely. Finish those off, and then we can float one leg and the other back to the floor and reset our spine for the next exercise. So starting in that nice neutral position, once again, we are going to take it into a shoulder bridge, okay? So for this, we start with a pelvic tilt. You pull the pubic bone towards you as you push the small of the back into the mat, and then peel and curl bone by bone off the mat, coming up through the spine, nice and slowly. All on an out breath if you can. If you need to take a deep breath in on the way, just stop and take a breath in before you carry on. Once you get to the highest point with a nice straight line between your knees and your shoulders, you can then take another deep breath in and slowly, bone by bone, lower your back down onto the mat, starting at the top of the spine, going the full length of the spine. Remember to go through the small of the back before you roll back into neutral. Your feet should stay lightly positioned on the floor. Try not to bring yourself up onto your heels or onto your toes as you come up through the spine. They stay nice and flat, and the weight is evenly distributed through the feet. Remember, it's not a leg exercise really, so we want to try and get that nice articulation of the spine by using the core to hoist yourself up. You will get some pressure going through the feet, and then glutes will join in towards the top, but try not to let them do all the work. When you're ready, a deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt the pelvis towards you, peel and curl bone by bone off the mat, coming up through the spine to the top where you get that lovely straight line. Another deep breath in, and on your out breath, relay bone by bone down through the spine, making sure you go through the small of the back before you roll it back into neutral. Now you can carry on with this basic version, or if you want to add in a little bit more of a challenge, we can try raising a leg once we're in the highest point. So again, on your out breath, peel and curl bone by bone off through the mat, up through the mat. If you want to, you can raise one leg into a tabletop position, just the tabletop today. Make sure you keep both hips evenly lifted. If you drop that hip towards the floor as you lift the foot off the mat, either correct it or put the foot back down and just do the basic version. You can float that foot to the floor, take the other leg off the mat, still in that raised position, and then drop that to the floor before you lower bone by bone down through the spine. So you've got a couple of options there. The leg raise at the top of the shoulder bridge or just up and down through the shoulder bridge. When you're ready, give me one or two more. And whichever version you're doing, finish the one you're doing. Don't rush it. And when you've finished your last one, take your feet a little wider on the mat. Arms come slightly out to the side as well, and we'll take it into those wide leg rolls, okay? So both knees come over to one side, the back knee getting as low as it can, so you really feel that stretch down that side. Take the head in the opposite direction, and the palm that you look towards turns face down. Hold that position for a little while, enjoying the stretch down the side of the body, and then you can bring the knees back through the center, head likewise. Palm that you look towards, you turn away from, turns up, and the palm that you go towards on the other side, as the knees go the opposite direction, now turns down. Remember, we keep both shoulder blades on the mat nice and even. If you're lifting the opposite shoulder blade off the mat to get those knees as low as possible, just bring the knees back up a little. Just give me a few of those, holding the stretch each time. And when you finish the last one, you've done it evenly to each side, bringing the knees and the head back through to the center. And we'll bring ourselves up into a seated position to finish off with a couple of stretches. So we'll take our legs out in front, and we're going to do our reach forward towards our toes, bringing our body weight down over our legs. Okay, so nice and tall on your sit bones. Imagine your piece of string pulling through the crown of the head to get that lovely posture. When you're ready, core engaged, you reach over your imaginary beach ball, bringing your hands towards your feet. Your body weight comes down over your legs so that you get that lovely stretch right down the length of the spine. And then hold it for a few seconds before slowly sliding your arms up your leg, restacking the spine, just as we do in the roll down at the beginning. You're sort of doing a seated version of that, if you like. So big reach forward towards your toes, and then slowly restack up through the spine, coming nice and tall at the top. And take a big deep breath in. At this point, we'll pop our hands to the small of the back, push your elbows towards each other, again keeping that nice tall sit position right up on your sit bones. Push the elbows towards each other so you get that chest stretch right across the front from shoulder joint to shoulder joint. Take some nice deep breaths in.
And we'll leave it there, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.